Kia ora koutou. It's Renee McDonald back again. How are we? So I'm doing my third YouTube live feed and blog under my flows called Soul Sisters. So anyone who's wondering what Soul Sisters is about, Soul Sisters is my brand of kombucha that I've created, and something that I met these amazing, beautiful wahine through my year last year doing rongo Māori medicine, and I have some beautiful Soul Sisters in Australia. But yeah, that's what Soul Sisters is about. It's about women wahine coming together, inspiring each other, encouraging each other, and supporting, loving and trusting each other, so we can move forward together in this lifetime, opposed to being each other's enemies and having conflict due to insecurities and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of a rundown on Soul Sisters and what that means and what I'm about, and yes, so hopefully you got some cool knowledge or information from my last two feeds. The last feed that I done was about grounding and how important it is to tap into the elements around you. I'm going to, and within that grounding segment, sorry, I'll just, because I do that and I get a bit nervous, but in the grounding blog, I spoke about WhakaWatea. So this vlog, this kōrero, is about WhakaWatea. So WhakaWatea is a process that we went through as a rōpū last year at Hikirongoa at Te Wana Ngō Raukawa. I had three beautiful, amazing whais that were our teachers for that year. We had Whai Rita, she was our tohunga. We had Whai Mori, she was our mirimiri teacher, and Whai Mate, who was our rongoa teacher. And together, they are from Tūhoi. And together they taught our group a lot, and this was a process that I now work with. I work with within my Wahine Tō Healing Circle. I've done about 3 WhakaWatea in that, like where I've gone out and I've done it within a group environment. And a WhakaWatea, I just want to give you a lowdown on what that actually means. WhakaWatea, the word, actually means to clear, free, dislodge and get rid of. And the process for us as a group last year with rongo Māori medicine, we did WhakaWatea out in Tangaro, and it was just something that I did naturally when I was going through my recovery process, and then actually learning that there was a word for that, I just thought it was just releasing. Well, it is releasing, but the Māori terminology is WhakaWatea. So a WhakaWatea is, you can either do this by yourself or with a group of people. There are some key things that you have to remember before you go into the water, which is to do firstly is a karakia. So you need to give respect and thanks to tangaro and the elements around you, and our gods and goddesses that are surrounding us and within that, who are tuning into our frequency and vibration to help take away that mamai and that darkness. And a karakia is important, something that I do, and I mean, now that I'm now using this as a tool within my group sessions, is that I do a karanga to tangaro just to, again, give thanks and respect to him. So there's different things that you can do for yourself personally. If you're going to do things on a group level, maybe just do a little bit of research on a karanga. You know, you'll be able, I'm sure that if that's where you're going with things, that you will be, you know, Te Ao Māori will be quite a part of your life. So, or if it isn't, as long as there's respect and respect for the process, I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. So that's my process. So I do a karakia before I enter the water, and as I'm entering the water, I do a karanga. But when I'm doing that singly for myself, I just do my karakia and I have my intentions firm and clear within my head. In the process, you usually do about 3 dips, and the first dip, each dip does mean something different. And as I mean as a dip, like when you're going into the water and the waves are coming to you, and you're going to know which wave you want to go under, because again, Tangaroa talks to you, and I've had some pretty beautiful experiences being out in that water, and yeah, it's a pretty amazing thing. And sometimes it can be really like he just opens up, and or he can come crashing down, or he can be completely calm. It's every time I've done WhakaWatea, it's been very, very different. But for yourself, if you're wanting to do this cleanse, just know that you need to go in deep enough so you are waist deep. And it depends on how good of a swimmer you are as well. But I mean, I'm not a great swimmer, but I go in so waist deep. And so I just want to take you through the dip process. So there's 3 dips that you take initially when you're doing a WhakaWatea. And that's what I'm telling you is something that my fire reader, who is our tūhunga for our rongoa group, has shared with me. And these are the processes, these are the steps that I take when I do WhakaWatea. And so the first dip that you take, so you make sure that when that waves, it's coming over you, or it just, so you can feel it. You can feel it just clearing your third eye and your crown chakra. And I know, like, when you get that, you'll just know it's an intuitive situation where you're trusting your gut feelings as to when to go in and when to come up. So the first dip is about self. And this is the time you reflect on the negative energies and the memories that you have held on to from now until you in your past. That first step is about releasing that mamai and that energy into Tangaroa, and asking your tupuna or your angels or whatever your belief system is, asking them to also help you take that mamai away. So that's the importance of that first step. So that first step is about self. And I'll just say that again. First step is about self. This is the time that you reflect on the negative energies and memories that have been in your life from at that moment to before. And you're releasing those into Tangaroa. And you're also asking your tupuna, or whoever your angels, whatever your belief system is, you're asking them to also help you take that mamai away. So that is your first dip. Your second dip is to ask Eo. So again, Eo is in Māoridom, he is the creator. He is he made what we are surrounded by today. And again, this is a belief system. Everyone is different. This is my belief system. So I ask Eo to take any sickness away that you or your family may have. So that's what your second dip is about. Your second dip is to ask Eo to take away any sickness from you or your whānau. So that's the importance of dip number 2. And then dip number 3, the third dip, is to ask Eo for forgiveness and to tell him how much you love him and that you are thankful for all the things that you have in this lifetime. So it can be very emotional because you're releasing some stuff that you need to let go of. You know, when I've done this process with my group, and I'd done this process for the first time with my Rongoa Māori medicine group, it was a very emotional, uplifting, trance-like wairua. It was an amazing experience every single time that I've experienced a WhakaWatea. So a WhakaWatea is personal to that person or to that group. Just so you know, there's no right or wrong in doing this type of cleansing as well, okay? You will feel it and you will flow. So again, the third dip is to ask Eo for forgiveness and to tell him how much you love him and how much you're grateful for in this lifetime. And if you feel free, you know that you don't need to go in again, but you may need a 4th dip, you may need a 5th dip. It just depends on how you feel, and don't be afraid to go under however many times that you need to go under. If you're doing this in a group environment, as you're walking into the water, and your intent is clear, and as a whānau or as a unit, you have to hold hands, and you don't break that bond until those dips. You do each dip together, and you do each dip, you come in and out of that together, and out of respect too, once you've done your WhakaWatea and you've had your moment within Tangaroa, you don't turn your back on him. You actually walk backwards and you just keep giving thanks to him and respecting him, like you would an elder. And it's something that we turn toward as Māori anyway. We never turn our backs. We have to, you know, so that's something that you have to also remember when you're doing a WhakaWatea, is just to always be present and to look straight ahead and mihi him as you're walking out of the water. So there's going to be some really, like, it's a very, very buzzy-cuzzy, something that Taylor Haere has implanted in our heads about a very, you know, when you have those really surreal moments, or you know, like deja vu or synchronicity, or you're getting those chills, and reference that is called a buzzy-cuzzy moment. So you know, you have, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 buzzy-cuzzy moments in that WhakaWatea process. But I know that when you have done this process, you are going to feel lighter, and you may just want to go home. Like, you come home, you have a shower, you may just want to lie down, you may be hungry, you just want to have a cry and chill out, and because a lot is going on and you've released a lot. So again, there's no right or wrong in how you feel about this process. It's an individual thing. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little blog on WhakaWatea, and so there's more of an understanding as to why, and then people can refer back to it if you're going through the grounding process. And part of grounding for me is doing a WhakaWatea. It's encompassing the sea and the land in the grounding process, as well as your own home with your incense, your crystals, your oracle cards. Taking notice again of the signs and symbols that are happening around you to give you those indications that you're on the right track and you're on the right path. And instead of, I don't know, like, they're around you, just you've got to open your eyes up, open up your heart, open up your wairua, and the mauri will flow. So, yes, whānau, I just wanted to touch base on WhakaWatea. I hope that has given you some more understanding of the process. And remember, WhakaWatea is about means to clear, free, dislodge, and get rid of. And obviously, when you're going out to Tangaroa and you're doing the WhakaWatea process out there, that's exactly what you're doing, as well as doing the process on Papatūānuku. I haven't done that, but I've got what my heart tells me. It would be the same process. It's instead of doing the dips, you're laying there and you are asking her to take away that mamae, and you're releasing it. Make sure, whānau, that you do your karakia and you give thanks before and after the process. So after you do your WhakaWatea, you do a karakia before and you do a karakia after, to give thanks to the gods and goddesses for taking on that mamae and looking after us. So yeah, I hope that helps, whānau. My next blog is going to be about creative healing, and how important it was for me in my addiction process to start creating and start doing some stuff so I could curve my cravings and do different things. So that's going to be my next blog. But yeah, because I've been doing a bit of creating today, it's been really quite cool. I didn't have Wahine Tour Healing Group today. The ladies were, you know, other things were going on, Kate Pai. I ended up doing a big kombucha brew, did a little bit of sewing, had to go to the rubbish dump. I had to get some stuff done around my whare, so it gave me some time to get things done. So I've had a really cool couple of days actually, so I'm really thankful and blessed to be here and driving today, looking out to the Tararua Maunga. Honestly, I'm extremely grateful. So, ngā mihi, kia koutou, ka kite, everyone have a beautiful evening. You know, Soul Sisters, just, you know, really cool that you're following my journey and supporting Soul Sisters. And yeah, I hope this information helps on WhakaWatea. Ka kite.